You took a real life story and adapted it. What did you have to lose in the translation? What changed the most?
Listen, when I do nonfiction, it's not a documentary. Still, I think I've used this metaphor with you before. That it's still a painting and not a photograph. I use the parts that I need to tell the story that I kind of saw when I first started learning about this, and I don't use the parts that I don't need.
You ran games in LA for roughly 8 years?
Yeah.
And then you ran games in New York for roughly 2.
I haven't run a game in over 2 years, not to spoil the ending. But that's when the government raided my game and took all of my money, assuming all of it was made illegally, which it wasn't. In this room, you couldn't buy your win.
I'm all in.
You couldn't buy me, and you couldn't buy a seat at the table.
Movie stars, athletes, billionaires, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You're not taking a percentage of the pot?
No.
Keep it that way because you don't want to break the law when you're breaking the law.
But is it okay to take a real life person then reinvent that person with the same name on screen? Is that morally okay?
I do ask myself that question. I'm not indifferent at all to that question. In this particular case, in the case of Molly Bloom, she was very involved in that. I spent about 6 months talking to her before the writing began. Oh yeah, I talk to her every day.
Did she like the film?
She did. She saw it for the first time at the Toronto Film Festival. Obviously, I said, we'll set up a screening room for you. And she called me and she said, we all, meaning the whole Bloom family, we'd really love to see it with an audience, have a real movie experience. And I said, sure, but I'd been cautioning her for a couple of years that there's nothing that's going to be able to prepare you for this experience, for someone, as you said, up on the screen, named Molly Bloom, only it's Jessica Chastain. Life doesn't play itself out as a series of scenes that form a perfect narrative. People don't speak in dialogue. These are movie things that make it a painting instead of a photograph. So she and her family, they're big fans of the movie.
What's been your toughest moment as a writer?
Listen, most of the time, I really struggle with writing. People ask if I have writer's block. That's my default position. So most days I go to bed not having done anything except kind of climb the walls because I don't have an idea or I'm stuck where I am. And you really do think, even though you've been there many, many times before and it's worked out, you really do think in that moment you're not ever going to write again. Those are tough moments. Another tough moment is when you see something in your head that's good, that's really beautiful, that can work, and you were just not able to.
But I want to know,
transfer
in your
onto the
fairly
piece of
long
paper.
career as a writer, was there one moment where you thought, I'm going to give up?
No. No.
Did anybody ever tell you should give up?
That I should give up? No, I've been lucky. I haven't had that.
Erin, what about you? One screenplay you particularly admire?
Network, for the reasons we've heard it. It's Paddy Chayefsky filled that screenplay with great theatrical language. Every bit as meaningful as any image in the movie. And for a little kid sitting in a movie theater who really loved plays. I grew up on the East Coast and I went to see plays all the time, and oftentimes they were plays that I was too young to understand even. So, I loved the sound of dialogue. It sounded like music to me, and speeches sounded like arias. Here, it's the first time I think I can remember thinking, you can do that in movies too. And I was not at all interested in what Sidney Lumet was doing. I thought I want to be the guy who's writing that.
Ready?
Okay, quiet on set.
And I look down the lens.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Darren Aronofsky.
I'm Aaron Sorkin.
Emma Stone.
Allison Janney.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching The Hollywood Reporter.
Thanks for watching The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter on YouTube.